Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's episode is titled, You Probably Don't Have My Best Interest in Mind. I've been reflecting on how often people step in to tell us what they think is in our best interest. This happens to me all the time, and honestly, most of the time, they're way off. It's kind of wild when you think about it. We assume we know what someone else should want or need when we really don't live their life. We don't share their experiences, their mindset, or even their interests. It can be tough to nail down what someone else's best interest might be. Interests are personal and evolve over time. Let's say you love watching NFL football. That's your thing, right? But maybe a few weeks later, you discover a passion for WWE wrestling. Then, after a couple of months, you switch gears again and dive into UFC. Now, imagine someone you know decides to buy you tickets to a WWE event, thinking that's what you'd love the most. But by the time they get those tickets, you've already moved on to UFC. This really highlights how challenging it can be to pinpoint someone's current interests accurately. So back to my main point. I don't think we should be telling people what their best interests are. We just can't know. Even when someone seems to understand you, they might still impose their own anxiety or expectations on you by suggesting what you should like or do. I've touched on this before. People often push their beliefs onto others as if they know better. Let's take another example. Picture this. You're a Christian, deeply rooted in your beliefs and values, and you have a Muslim friend who thinks it would be beneficial for you to attend a prayer service at their mosque. They genuinely believe this is in your best interest, thinking that exposure to different beliefs might help broaden your perspective. But here's the thing. As a Christian, you probably wouldn't feel comfortable at a mosque, and that's perfectly okay. Just like if the roles were reversed. If a Christian friend wanted you to join them at church, that wouldn't resonate with you as a Muslim. It's just not how it works, right? What really gets to me is how people can act like they know what's best for you while you're sitting there thinking, you don't know me at all. I've been in situations where someone would say, I don't think this group is for you, or this space isn't really your vibe, as if they had any idea what's best for me. Who are they to decide what space I should be in? I'm an adult. I can choose where I want to be and who I want to interact with. It's amusing and a little frustrating how some people have the nerve to project their interests onto you. They genuinely believe they're helping you by offering unsolicited advice. But really, they're just trying to impose their views and interests on you. It's like they've taken it upon themselves to be the gatekeepers of your interests, which is just ridiculous. Let's be honest. We've all encountered people like this. And while it's impossible to avoid them entirely, the best move is often to just ignore their comments and create some distance. It's like trying to navigate through a crowded room of opinions. You've got to keep your head up and find your own space. And it's not just in friendships or casual conversations. This dynamic can show up in family settings too. Family members often think they know what's best for you, whether it's about your career path, relationships, or even your hobbies. They might push you toward a particular job because it's stable, or suggest that you should be with someone because they fit a certain mold. But again, it comes down to the same idea. We're the ones living our lives, making our choices. Their intentions might be good, but it doesn't mean their suggestions are right for us. And let's talk about social media for a second. Platforms can amplify this issue. You scroll through your feed, and it seems like everyone's got an opinion about how you should live your life. You should be working out more, or you need to travel to find yourself. It's overwhelming. The pressure to conform to what others deem as best can be intense. But it's crucial to remember that you're the one who knows your life best. You get to decide what resonates with you. It's so important to hold on to your own beliefs and interests. Stay true to what you enjoy because it resonates with you, not because someone else thinks you should. You owe it to yourself to follow your own path and pursue what truly interests you. It's about living authentically, and that's something we should all strive for. At the end of the day, remember that it's okay to disagree with what others think is best for you. It's okay to stand your ground and say, thanks for your input, but I'm going to do what feels right for me. Surround yourself with people who respect your choices and support your journey, even if it doesn't align with theirs. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Moore's October Rants. I hope you take some time today to reflect on your interests and the influences around you. Stay strong, folks, and embrace what you love, because that's what really matters. Have a great rest of your day.